Hi, we are Edgeworks Creative. I'm Cynthia Ryan, co-founder and CEO. I started my first business when I was 20, and I've been an entrepreneur most of my adult life.
And I'm Ed Rooney, co-founder and lead developer with Edgeworks Creative. I got my first computer when I was 8 years old and have been programming ever since.
Prior to forming Edgeworks Creative, Ed and I both had our own business. But working together for mutual clients, we discovered that combining Ed's coding skills and creative vision with my design, accounting, and management skills yielded incredible synergy. So 5 years ago, we formed Edgeworks Creative.
We're here today to talk to you about a subset of what we do, providing custom digital e-learning tools for corporate training. These tools will be launched under the brand Interactive.Training beginning next year. We are seeking individuals to join our board of directors as well as investment to get our complete product to market sooner.
Edgeworks Creative is a team of talented individuals with extensive experience building custom web-based business solutions. We've served over 200 customers and built more than 80 custom websites on our software platform, the Edgeworks CMS. We currently provide remote instructor-led training tools for Michelin Tire and B.F. Goodrich.
Beginning in 2018, we will begin rolling out our end-to-end digital training suite, Interactive.Training. Why? Because we found that our customers struggle to create e-learning experiences that work. If you're a training manager tasked with creating a cohesive training program, you have to cobble together pieces from multiple vendors and simply hope that they all work well together. Will your company need a learning management system or a learning record store, or perhaps micro-learning platform or more? And what about tools for reporting, assessment, and compliance? Michelin has 3 separate products they run, and yet none are actually getting the job done. And this is where Interactive.Training comes in.
We are positioned to provide a unique product in the corporate learning market. Why? Because Interactive.Training offers a singular solution that eliminates the piecemeal approach to building training systems. We have a comprehensive solution that includes tools for remote instructor-led training.
What you might find surprising is that in this age of digital everything, 46 cents of every dollar spent on corporate training is applied to instructor-led training.
Yet none of the biggest players in the corporate training market offer a tool set for remote instructor-led classrooms.
We keep saying remote instructor-led classrooms, but what is that exactly? It's a classroom that can travel to any remote location, allowing an instructor to deliver his course on a remote mountainside in the dog days of summer or in the dead of winter. It's digital training tools for any environment.
It's a digital classroom with customized courseware that's tailored to meet whatever the class or event requires.
In fact, B.F. Goodrich has used our product on a tour of 29 cities across the United States and Canada, training tire dealers from a branded 18-wheel semi-truck. When we say anywhere, we mean it.
But of course, training does not always occur in remote locations. Often it's happening in a traditional classroom environment, and Interactive.Training handles that as well. We have digital classrooms here in Bolton, Vermont, and at the Michelin Sales Training Center in Greenville, South Carolina. All data collected from remote and traditional classrooms is pushed to branded web hubs for further online training, student tracking, and reporting for our clients. In May of 2018, we're opening a new classroom at the Ford Performance Racing School in Salt Lake City, Utah.
The e-learning marketplace is incredibly fragmented, with no single player having greater than 4% market share. This puts us in an excellent position to capture a significant piece of the market, which is enormous. $130 billion is spent annually on corporate training. Corporate training is both scalable and provides for recurring revenue. What gives us the idea that we can capture a big piece of the market? Because our work has already been getting noticed. We've been approached by Costco, Sam's Club, Walmart, and Lamborghini.
This would be our go-to-market slide, except that we are already in the market. In 6 days, Michelin North America training managers come to Vermont, and we've been invited to present our training platform to them. We currently operate in only one of Michelin's 7 verticals, but after this meeting, anticipate we will be moving into others. In addition, Michelin has indicated that they are interested in implementing our product globally in classrooms in Dubai, Johannesburg, St. Petersburg, and more.
In late 2018, we will run a search advertising campaign that targets training managers across North America. We also intend to build an in-house sales team.
This graph reflects how the pivot in our business will change both our profitability and our revenue stream. This assumes no additional outside investment and acquiring 7 e-learning customers per year with an average annual spend of $80,000 per client. Based on our experience with our existing clients, we believe this to be realistic.
In 2018, we will be changing our corporate structure and are seeking individuals with relevant experience to join our board of directors. We are also seeking seed round funding of $350,000. Whether this is debt or equity is negotiable. Using the funds as working capital, we will accelerate our profitability, allowing us to achieve our 5-year numbers in 4 years or less. We intend to use the money to improve our technical and creative capabilities and to get our complete product to market sooner. We also intend to establish ourselves in the augmented reality and virtual reality training fields and require capital to do so.
So no matter where you are, from corporate boardroom to hotel conference room, from remote desert racetrack to factory floor, Interactive.Training is training anywhere. Thank you for your time.
Guys, do we have 2 mics that work or only one? You got 2 now? Okay, good. Then I'll use this one. Bob, you're first.
Thank you. That was a great presentation. Just a question of clarification. At the end, you were talking about the $350,000 in capital, and you said that that'll help you make your 5-year goal in 4 years. Does that mean if you don't raise the capital, you'll kind of make the 5-year with your existing capital structure?
That's our intent. We're going to do it one way or the other.
Money or no money, it's happening.
Right. But it would be a lot easier.
Dave.
Coming off the desert and being a guy who works in the motorcycle and the industry, the need for training for us is huge. I fully get that. And maybe I'm just trying to understand the big picture of walking me through. Is this designed for the new employee that comes on board with BF Goodrich, or for the dealer franchisee that sells BF Goodrich? Who's the guy that's getting trained in the big picture?
Yes.
All of them. So there's the traditional classroom environment where for instance, Michelin brings all of their dealers to classrooms in Greenville, South Carolina, and trains them on the tires. I mean, they have a premium product, so without training, people aren't going to reach for that tire and understand why it's a better product for them.
The courseware is individualized to whatever the need of the client would be. So for example, with BF Goodrich, it was more about introducing their dealers to new products that were being released that year.
Right, and BF Goodrich this next year plans on using this to actually reach out to the public instead, so to educate the public about their tires. So, but there's also talk about onboarding at Michelin for bringing on just staff for all field, all areas.
It's flexible.
Yeah.
Dave Schmidt.
Can you go into a little bit more detail about how the revenue model is structured? Are you selling seats for software? Are you selling hardware? Because I see logoed hardware up there. I mean, what's the revenue model built on?
Okay, so right now what we have available is custom. So we're doing these, that's what we have for Michelin and BF Goodrich and for one other client. And they actually own the tablets, and so there's a hardware component to it, and we build, well, you should talk to the software component, but what we're moving towards with the full end-to-end suite is we want to have a self-serve online component as well, so that if a company already has a bunch of tablets and they want to do it themselves and not have to get into buying new equipment, that there's that piece, or that they could use just the online portion of it if they wanted to, and cell phones to do it. So it's a mix. But
Is that helpful?
yeah. Well, for Michelin, for instance, they want us to do everything. They don't want to have to deal with preparing the courses or anything. But there'll be other companies that want to build their own courses themselves and not pay to do that.
Gary, you're next.
Thanks, Karen. So just a couple questions. First, very well done. So it's clearly put a lot of effort to getting ready for this, so thank you. So are you, am I coming to you with like, you know, notes and all kinds of pieces of information and you're building the course for me, or am I giving you my content? Because it's not clear to me, to the last question from my colleague that was asked, I couldn't tell. Your hardware, are you course design, are you?
We are full stack. What we presented here is what differentiates us from everyone else because we're providing tools for instructor-led classes. Most players in the market are looking to eliminate instructor-led classes and replace it with online video. But the reality is that instructor-led classes are the most effective way of teaching and of learning.
Right, and so just the second reaction, and again, I haven't obviously poured through your financials to know kind of where you're at, so I don't have any sense of that. I can't tell, I'm vacillating between, if there's that much opportunity, maybe 350 is enough, and then I'm leaning towards, if there's that much opportunity, you're gonna need more money, because if
We're
you wanna
aware
grow
of that.
faster,
Yeah.
that's not enough.
That is
Yeah.
the same conversation I have up here all the time.
Yeah, he was saying we need more. We were doing the numbers, trying to work it out, and I'm the realist and trying to say, well, I think we need to start what we can get at the beginning, and so.
Take as much as you can get, because you'll need more, trust me, it's kind of the way
Okay.
it works. And, you know, where my colleagues, we may differ across the board, because we all have different opinions as such. I would say to you, as you're trying to figure that out, do not be afraid of dilution, do not be afraid of companies grow big, there's plenty of upside on that, and sometimes in these stages, you're fighting, well, how much do I want to give away, you need to grow, and you need to hit these marks, and that's what you should be focused on, so, yeah, good stuff, well done.
Thank you.
Who's next? Steve? Sorry. Come on. Good, yeah, sorry.
So this falls into the category of suggestion. Federal government, FEMA, they have to, ramp up large numbers of people all at one time. You get a federal government contract, it makes a big difference in the corporate world.
Mm-hmm.
Good idea.
Yeah, we have some other areas that we'd like to target. One of those is police training, for instance. That's another area where you're going to be out in the field, and it would make a lot of sense.
Debbie, you want to go?
How long does it take? So I know it probably depends on the project, but to create your platform for the training.
So,
A turnaround time would depend on obviously the scale of the project that's being done, but you know, from concept to delivery, 2 to 3 months.
yeah. Yeah?
Keith?
So I guess just to be clear, is this like attending a webinar if you're at the actual pupil and there's a live person talking to you? I mean, you talk about live instructor content. What's happening there?
No, this is well, when we deliver the entire end-to-end suite, yes, there will be an online-only component, and webinar would be a piece of that. But these are tools for in a classroom environment, whether that's actually in a classroom or out on a mountainside. That both the students and the instructor have tablets that interact with one another.
Right, so the instructor's tablets are very different than the student's tablets. And it allows them to control the course from a timeline. It allows them to send out polls, to do quizzes, to see real-time results as people are filling in information. And for Michelin, this has actually been a money saver for them, because what they used to do was produce these very thick workbooks, and they've got classes going through there, all the time. And as soon as a new tire came around, as soon as they discovered that there was a new competitor who beat their numbers on, how many feet it takes to brake, those were obsolete. So now they allow us to just update them. They're always up to date. They've always got the right information, and their legal department is happy about it.
It's a lot cheaper than print.
Yeah.
If there's one more question, it's going to be quick, both the Q&A. Okay, thank you.
Okay?